1 minute late.
I swear, I could watch like 10 hours of Puzzle just playing on her phone.
He'll give you the content. Honestly, if you just set up a Twitch stream, like some of those people do like TikTok lives of like, hey, watch me study, and you just play chill music while they study. They get like millions of viewers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need to do. Just show me doing my homework.
Today on Reddit, there was a dude who was working out on a stationary bike, and he had like thousands of viewers. It's weird.
It's weird. Why would you want to watch somebody do something so mundane?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, for real. There's some of the things I'm just like, why would people pay to watch this?
I don't know.
Why were you watching a guy work out, Peach?
Any workout tips?
No. I scrolled past him. Reddit does this thing where it shows you the top viewer, top streamer on RPen. And then that's it.
Look at that traitor.
Aw, Sylvie.
Yeah, now he wants to come sit by me.
He's like, the computer is on.
He literally left me earlier after we moved him from Ethan's lap to my lap, or Crazy's lap to my lap.
Mm-hmm.
And then straight up was like, "Hmm," and then meowed his way back over to Crazy's lap.
What a dick.
Wow. Sylvie.
He's such a nice
wow.
cat, okay?
Because you're the favorite?
Yeah.
His new favorite spot is on top of the dressers that I brought in here.
What a punk.
He has his spots. He just goes from spot to spot. Like, if he comes into my office, he sits in the other chair right here behind me.
Are you guys ready to shoot some bow and arrows this weekend?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I guess you only shoot the arrow part.
I mean, you could shoot your bow, but then, you know, you'd have to get another one. And
Yeah.
just makes it so difficult.
Fucking arrow, that's easy. Try shooting a bow.
Yeah, so I'll have the quiver off the wall and on my back and running through the woods, so it'll be fun.
Carry a sheet and my alcohol.
I swear you're a doomsday prepper.
He pretty
What?
pretty much is.
It's
Like
not
your
that bad.
survival skills and living off the land and like long hair.
There's a show on Netflix called Doomsday Preppers, and they're intense.
Yeah, like, ooh, I can some green beans every once in a while. I can like every meal.
It's really cold. Well, while you're living off the land, Peach and I watched Halo this weekend. Did you guys get a chance to watch it?
Yeah,
Yeah?
Can't wait to talk
we
about
did.
it.
Well, we watched the 2 episodes that are out.
Yeah.
Can't believe they're only doing an episode a week. It's bullshit.
Alan is
Yeah.
entranced by his food right now. That he missed the cue.
Oh, we're starting? Oh, my bad.
Oh wait, yeah, we haven't even started
Yeah.
yet. I was ready to get down to business. It's Monday,
I know, I'm
guys.
like, hold on, should we save this for?
That's on me.
I've actually been watching the new Proud Family too.
Ooh.
How are you liking that?
I've been curious. Yeah.
I like it. I wish they had made it like a couple of years older, but they only did like a year or two. So there's noticeable changes, some glow ups. But it's good.
You know, I figured like freshman in college would have been a better spot to pick it up.
Or like seniors or something.
Or like as an
Mhm.
adult, man. Mm.
I definitely think young adult, like senior, graduating.
Yeah.
I named one of my like first couple cats after Wizard Kelly. It was like a long day, but also a short day at the same time. Like it was a good day. I got a lot done, but then it just seemed like it took forever.
I did nothing all day and the day flew by. So it's like I worked on my truck and I replaced the thermostat and it was like, there you go. That was my day.
Damn.
Nice.
We
I'm ready to
have
go.
Friday off, so I already know it's going to be a long week. And I don't know what happened last night, but this morning was chaos, pure chaos.
What happened? Like, what, it was just pandemonium?
Yeah, like kids came in, they were already fighting. Like I had one boy, a third grader, standing over a second grader. I didn't hear what they were saying, but then I look over and the third grader pushed the second grader pushed him back, and the third grader came back to punch him.
Whoa.
I was
Whoa.
like, dude, no.
Them allergies.
Did you say it's allergies?
Yeah.
They're making people crazy.
It was
Oh
something.
my God. I'm
My
ready.
eyes are so swollen. I agree. By the way,
Yeah, no, the cedar pollen rolled in yesterday, so everybody's gonna be crazy for a couple of days.
Oh my God. I'm so glad we decided to take more allergy pills. This night we're gonna have to go pick up more. I don't want to deal with that shit.
You know how
It's like-
old I am? I just changed allergy pills because my body got too used to the other ones. Had to change it up.
What
Son
did you change to?
The new one it's orange and blue. It's like it starts with the X.
Xyzal. That's what we take.
Yeah, that's our shit right there. Shit's fire. We'll find
Dude, it
it's
works
really good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It hurts really good. It's pricey though.
Mhm.
Yeah, but like I took one Friday night and then I slept until like 11 o'clock the next day, and I was like, yeah, I can breathe.
Yeah, absolutely. Xyzal's the shit, dude. Never taken any other allergy pills.
I'll tell everybody. We only take them like 3 months, like 3 months out of the year. So like around this time until like May, and then around like I don't know. Did you say November, December?
Yeah, that's when we start taking them.
Yeah, and since we have a cat now, I have to take one every day or I die.
Are you allergic to cats?
Yeah, well, I'm allergic to like a lot of pet dander.
Mm.
That's why we don't let the dogs and stuff in the room, but the cat, you can't really control that. Like we tried to not let him in the room, and oh my God, he would like stay at the door and meow all night long. And then
So
when the alarms go off, he'll like start shaking the door. Like he puts his paw under there and he shakes it. So he sounds like he's trying to break in.
What a little demon!
Fucking
Like your
mugger.
alarm's already going off, and your door is rattling. Like a demon's gonna come through.
Yeah, dude, it just got to the point where it was like, fine, just come in, like leave me alone.
yeah. So you had to pick sleep or breathing.
And if you don't breathe, you could go for a long sleep.
Right? But then who would take care of Puzzled?
Sylvie.
Yeah.
I fear for that day that if anything ever happened to me and Puzzle had to take care of herself, it would
She'll
be
figure it
her. It'd be her, Darian, and like 10 cats in this house.
Thank you for being a friend.
Exactly.
And on that note, you guys ready to start?
She'd rent one room to Darian, one room to Marco, and they'd all have their 6 cats each.
Oh my gosh.
Marco is definitely A rose.
A crazy cat lady. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's a crazy cat person.
No. Well, I guess you could say Rose. I was gonna say Marco could also be a Blanche. Very inventful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Creative.
Who am I?
Sophia.
Picture it, Sicily.
You're really mean to everybody, so
No, I'm a rose.
yeah. I just don't want to say that.
In other words, I didn't want to get in trouble.
Alan's waiting on us. Let's do it.
Okay, so you're gonna kill me
The
off.
topics we discuss are
Sorry. Okay, I'll get my shit together. I promise.
Damn it! No.
the topics we discuss are many.
No story too bold to talk about.
Strictly our own opinions.
But they are opinions from people like you.
Welcome to the Naked Podcast.
Thank God I haven't changed the insurance beneficiary. It's your guy, Crazy.
Potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. What up, guys?
How can I follow up a Lord of the Rings reference? It's your girl NJ.
You shall not pass.
Peach.
Damn it! Don't recite the old text to me, witch. I was there when it was written. Shadim Taka Allen.
Happy School Librarians Day and also Librarians Week puzzle.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, the nerdiest week of all the year.
That's a great week.
Funny. At lunch today, so the girls have started doing the hand clapping stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so a couple of them tried to challenge me.
God.
Yeah, they tried to challenge me. They found out.
Oh shit.
Miss Susie had a.
Was it like an episode of Bob's Burgers where the other girl is Teddy and he's just freaking out with his hands up?
Well, they were both really good. The first time I did get tripped up, so that was on me, but then I crushed them. So, and then I taught the other one, Miss Mary Mac, all dressed in black.
The silver buttons. But oh, that takes me back.
Back.
Fight them kids.
Fuck them kids.
They were so sweet. Miss, let's do it again. Miss, let's do it again. I'm like, guys, I gotta walk around, you know.
I gotta work.
I mean, technically, it's like, interacting with the children is part of my job.
I mean, you could always just sit them down and play Halo.
Yeah, no, but for real, this weekend, my mom's already like, well, Keelan can take care of the kids.
For a fee.
Yeah, but Peach, I don't think you want to let them sit down in like the Halo series because it starts pretty bloody.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the game.
Never played.
It's fun.
But I did enjoy the show for the most part.
Oh yeah, well, how did it end? How did the second episode end? Puzzled.
Look, just because I had to pee.
She got up, walked out of the room, and did the episode ending, and then she came back and was like, "Oh, okay."
You didn't pause it for her?
Damn.
Hey, you get up at your own risk in our house.
Yeah.
This is commercial break rules, all right?
Exactly.
You get one break per episode. That's it. You got one pause.
It just sucks for you. I pay for them, no ads.
So I played a lot of Halo 2, and Halo 3 with friends, and I've played through the storyline of all three of those. So I'm kind of well versed in the game story, but I never played Reach, and that's kind of where you get an idea of what's going on in the Halo series, because that technically, like, Reach is one of the
Kinda. Well,
it was one of the
Reach is more about the
prequels.
Spartans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reach focuses heavily on the Spartans, but the Spartans besides Master Chief. So I have played every Halo from 1 to 5 plus Reach, Guardians, and I can say there's been kind of a few things I've found so far that are pretty close. I mean, they seem to be keeping with the story ish, right? But this is how they find the Halo.
Mhm.
And then, like, in Halo 1, is the Halo gets activated, right? So
Yeah.
we have that time jump that we're filling in.
Okay. Cool. Because I never read the books, and Too Sure is already judging me. Like, dude, I honestly didn't know they were books until like Halo 3, and at that point, like, I didn't even have an Xbox 360 anymore.
Yeah,
Is that
well,
too
you
short?
know, I'm an
So-
Xbox guy, so I can't say that and not play Halo. It's just, it's a rule.
Yeah. I need to go back
the
and
rules.
replay through.
Nobody's above the rules. I like the show. I'm with Puzzled. Like, I haven't played Halo, like, except I started to play the first one, and first person shooters just are not my jam. I'm not good at them. Like, my controllers are all crazy and all over the place. But I really enjoy the story. It's really good.
Yeah. The beginning had like a really nice hook to it. You're like, what the fuck? And you're like, okay, I'm gonna dig into this. And then a lot of it kind of remind me of we've been watching a lot of Stargate. So it kind of reminded me of that.
That's cool. I don't
I
think
get
I've
it.
ever seen Stargate.
I'm going to dive right into the first thorn about this. Why the fuck they showing Master Chief's face already?
Oh, is that like some great mystery?
He's never... So the locking mechanism on his helmet has been broken since the first game. So he's never taken off his helmet in the games.
That's true. Yeah.
So this was literally the first ever appearance of Master Chief's face.
And they just did it all willy nilly.
Like, first episode, nothing to it.
I wonder if it's gonna break soon, and he can never take off the helmet, or maybe at the end of the series.
And then I guess the second thing is, yeah,
What's
they
up,
show
Doug?
Master Chief's
Yeah.
face in the first episode of the Halo series on Paramount TV.
Yeah, sorry guys, there's gonna be spoilers on these two episodes. We should have
Yeah.
said that earlier.
These are things that they're gonna come up. They're super early. They're not big spoilers, but they're still kind of spoilers. But I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it.
We're not gonna dive into plot points. But
Yeah, yeah. We got you.
differences between the game and show so far
Mhm.
was
So his friend, what was his friend's name? 66? What was his name?
Oh shit! I can't
Uh,
remember. Sinclair.
yeah.
The guy with the guy
Start
with
with the S. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy with the burnt hand. For some reason, I don't trust him. I don't know why. Like, I just feel like there's something there.
Yeah. Like, it's still, he seemed to still be a little bitter about the end of their friendship. So,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Soren. That's his name.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Soren. Yeah, it's been really good. I've really enjoyed it. I wish I knew more about, like, the Covenant, like
They're an alien
Yeah.
race that's just kind of looking for all the pieces because they think that the Halo objects are made by a deity or like the people of their past. So they're trying to like uncover the truths about it. But there's this whole other thing that comes up in the games with another kind of sentient virus called the Flood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the current latest Halo game, we're up to 5 different races battling so far. So, like the Covenant and shoot. The name escapes me. It starts with A. Well, the Covenant breaks. They form factions, and that's part of it. But I'm really curious to see where this is going to go because this is taking place in the earlier days of the situation. Like, we haven't gone through the Halo yet, so it's kind of cool to see them filling in that story.
Mm-hmm.
I like the guy who plays Master Chief. Like I I mean I'm not like a player of the game, but I think he's doing a good job. What about you? Like do you think he's a Master Chief?
He kind of has mannerisms down because like Master Chief is pretty direct, keeps
Nod.
quiet.
He has the nod.
He has a nod. Or yeah, it's just a nod. But I think it's pretty close. I'm happy with it.
I was just kind of like thrown off by the voice. You know, Master
Yeah.
Chief's voice everybody recognizes and is so iconic.
I need to work
And
it.
he's way off on the voice. Like they don't sound
Mhm.
similar at all.
They don't.
And then bringing Cortana in, they're probably not going to keep many similarities between Cortana we know and this Cortana as characteristics and voices and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a question. So since
Yeah.
Microsoft basically owns like everything, is that why they named it Cortana?
Yeah.
So yes, Microsoft's Cortana comes from Halo.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think that
Cortana
they-
was the AI in Halo before AI became a thing in the
Mhm.
real world.
Yeah, and Microsoft's Halo, Microsoft's Microsoft's Cortana sounded like Halo's Cortana too. Same voice actor and everything.
Technology.
Mhm.
Way of the world. So, what are you guys thinking like is going to come next? Because obviously, everybody knows kind of is piecing together what this object is about.
Well, they got to find the Halo now,
Mhm.
right? So this should have given them the map to the Halo. So they have to find the Halo, they have to activate it, and him and Cortana have to merge consciousness. So
Damn.
Yeah.
we'll find out.
And these are all spoilers to the game. But the game's been out
Yeah, that was
forever.
part of the-
Like, yeah.
Future says should have dubbed it with Steve Downes like they did with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
That's what
they
I'm
should
saying,
have.
man. Like, they could have totally got away with this as keeping the helmet on and dubbing the voice. It would have been
Mhm.
fine. Everybody would have been happy.
I would have been cool with that.
Or at least found an actor with a grizzled voice, because that's what he just sounds so normal in his voice. And you know, Master Chief has that deep, grizzly voice.
Yeah.
I'm back again.
Yeah. And he's supposed to be like 8 foot tall. So I think
Mhm.
the actor is tall, but when he's standing around all the other Spartans, it's hard to tell. But he's supposed to even tower over Spartans. Like, he is the Master Spartan. That's
Mhm.
why he's Master Chief, you know?
He's also the only one with that color armor, right? That's why everyone recognizes him as the demon.
No.
The Covenant, I mean.
Yeah, I don't know how they would recognize him yet. They haven't filled
Okay.
that story in yet. I
Mhm.
mean, he's the demon to the Covenant because he kills so many of them.
So many of them. Just fucking slaughterhouse the whole place.
The bear demon.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
I'm-
we'll get there one day, right? Like, we'll launch into space and have a good old time.
I've been
Yeah.
liking it. It's something different, you know, like a little scary, a little intrigue, Game of Thrones esque with aliens.
Mm-hmm. Hey, geek, what's up? All is well.
Hey, geek.
Welcome to the Naked Pod. I'm excited to see what else they come up with, and this is even kind of encouraging me to go back and read the books. Like that, like Too Sure said, there's like 30-ish books, and I don't think I'll read all of them, but I'll read like enough. Does that make sense?
All right, everybody.
What are the top 5 that need to be read?
Yeah, what books do you recommend for the book club?
Yeah. I read somewhere that we need to read Fall of Reach because that's a prequel to Game 1.
Yeah.
The first 5.
The first 5, god damn it.
So the next 5 book clubs are already locked down. It's Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all those books.
We better see all of you guys in attendance, ready to talk about Halo.
Okay.
I'll just be glad y'all know more about Halo than we do.
Actually, in Halo Book 3...
Whoa. What the space?
with the space. Oh, I can tell you what's gonna be in space soon, though.
What? What's going to be in
What?
space?
NASA's new rocket that was supposed to launch this morning.
But did it, right?
I don't know. It kept getting delayed.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, there's a lot of weather conditions, like a lightning storm for that one.
Yeah.
But no, I'm talking about NASA's mission Artemis to basically build a lunar colony. So, a while ago, we did an episode where we talked about NASA awarding one contract to a private company to build like the first lunar colony or a capsule, rather. And everyone else was pissed. Like Blue Origins was pissed. Dynetics pissed. They were so mad that they sued the government accountability agency or whatever. And they're like, no, your request is denied. And then Blue Origins, Daddy Bezos, had such a hair up his ass about it. He sued NASA directly for, hold on.
Why is he suing? He's already got money.
Sued NASA in
Right.
federal court, and he lost again. Well, NASA, the only reason why NASA only rewarded contract is because they didn't have sufficient funding from Congress. And all of this rides on if Congress approves the budget. They're not, I'll talk about it in a little bit, but they're not talking about the costs attached to this because the Artemis mission is in 3 phases until the president's budget proposal goes through next week. But basically, so Artemis 1 is going to be this summer and it's crewless. They're going to do a dress rehearsal, the countdown, but fuel the rocket and not start the engines. And then they're going to send a capsule around the moon and back to Earth. So that's first phase, right? Making sure that we can do it. The second phase is going to be May of 2024. This will have a crew. They'll ride inside the capsule, same trip around the moon, back again. Then in 2025, there's going to be 4 astronauts that take that same capsule into the lunar orbit, lock onto the SpaceX Starship spacecraft, and then 2 will remain on board, 2 will go to the Starcraft and land the moon on the moon near the South Pole, and they're going to stay for a week.
Damn.
Yeah. So like SpaceX has done like a numerous Starship prototypes here in South Texas. After 4 failed, they finally had one successful re-enter the orbit. So SpaceX is aiming to do its first orbital flight in the next coming months. So that's really exciting, and especially exciting to hear positive space news other than Russia's refusing to work with the ISS. Like, it was just kind of like fun news for once in space.
We're all right. Like the moon base is our first step to Mars, so
Yeah.
of course SpaceX is chomping at the bit, but they're waiting. Everything is funny.
Yeah. It's going to be really interesting to see how what these other companies could bring. So basically, what they would do is they would be for future missions. So everything that NASA's doing for the Artemis mission is going to be built off the previous projects. So this company would share NASA's moon missiles with SpaceX, and they would receive the financing for 2 landings with and without astronauts. So by 2027, we could have a really good start to a lunar base.
That's
like,
gonna
that's
be
around the
fucking
corner.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's 5 years away.
Because if I remember correctly, like, so the Falcon 9 that the SpaceX launched up there. Like, it's not coming back. It's supposed to stay around that area and launch from there. It, like, stay in space. Like, it's never supposed to come back into Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wonder how awkward it's going to be in the pitch meeting for Blue Origins, because they sued twice.
So, what is going to be funny is to see the look on his face when he has to fly his penis rocket up to SpaceX's rocket just so that he can actually go to Mars. Like,
Do you think the lunar
I gotta hitch a
one
ride.
It makes sense that they would give it to
Oh my
SpaceX
God.
because they've proven that they can be durable, they're reliable, they're renewable, like they can be reused and recycled.
Yeah,
Whereas I don't think any of the other companies have proven even one of these things.
they really
Yeah.
I
haven't.
mean, come
yeah.
on. Even the SpaceX Dragon, the like shuttle that they just used, it puts the old shuttles to shame. It puts
Mhm.
everybody to shame. How can
Mhm.
you compete with that unless get your act together, Blue Origin?
Yeah. It's
And is
crazy.
Sorry. Is anybody, really telling Daddy Bezos that he can't just go ahead and go build his own base? Like, cool, you go build it. Bye.
Right? Go build your own moon warehouse. Fucking asshole.
That's the thing. It's like people don't realize, like, Blue Origin is behind NASA, and SpaceX is ahead of NASA. As we say, SpaceX is going to be there waiting for NASA to get to the moon.
Pretty much. But at least Musk is making this accessible for everyone. Does that make sense? Like he's not
You
keeping
mean
it to
the Emperor
himself.
Mars?
Yeah, the Emperor Mars. Yes, Musk, the Emperor Mars. At least he's sharing the technology with everyone and not just cutting everyone off and saying bye bitches and launching himself to the moon.
Car arrived at Mars yet?
Yeah. Should have been there by now.
Mm.
I think it takes 8 months. From
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I can Google though. Hang on.
Yeah,
I got you.
I think you're right. I think SpaceX is 8 to 9 months what they're expecting. Because they only launch towards Mars when Mars is at its closest. So, it's like every 3 years.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That's why the moon's so important to help launch, because the moon just gives you that much more. And also, if we ever want to service the James Webb Telescope, we have to have a moon base. Like, we have to have ships going from the moon to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the James Webb's like between the Earth, or between the moon and Mars, not the Earth and moon.
Damn, you're right. Yeah, that's going to be like a
Oh,
super
shit.
expensive trip to get out there and service it.
Yeah, they don't expect to ever service it unless they have a moon base. And in order to they have to have a moon base within 10 years to service it.
So in other words, they did the telescope so that we could build a moon base. I see what's going on here. You're buying the car battery. You're buying the
Or
car.
NASA just
or
launched
whatever
$10
the
billion
yeah.
to never look back.
Fucking assholes. I mean, it makes sense though. I did the same thing.
I bet if SpaceX built that, it would have returned at least. Just imagine that, right? Like, think about that. We watch like the Discovery and the Columbia. We watched those launch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we always like look at that, the latest and greatest technology with a one-use rocket, And what are we, like 15 years later, and we're just like, such dumbass peasants.
With your one-use rocket.
They're reusable now. They're like rechargeable batteries.
Shit, I unmuted just the coughing y'all's here. I'm sorry. We watched the COVID South Park post-COVID episode, and it's just like the doorbell's ringing, future. It's like, I know, damn it.
I need a doorbell.
We're thinking about getting
So-
one.
Yeah, no, like we had an odd amount of doorbell rings today, and I didn't even hear the one Puzzled was telling me about it. The old lady.
So I get a notification on my phone that the doorbell's been rung. And so I take a look, and it's this older woman, and she's got a bag of something in her hand. And she's waiting, and she's waiting. And then I see her take the bag, and she puts it on the handle. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then she's still just kind of waiting and waiting. And then I hear somebody from her car that's out in the street. It's like, this is the wrong house. So then you see her get the bag off the door handle and just go back to the car.
Aw,
Aw.
She tried.
she did her best.
Mhm.
And so I was like, is this old lady Uber eating my house? Like,
Wanted to like talk to her and be like, hey, I think you have the wrong house. But I was like, I don't want to talk to her.
she was like, she had to be in her like late 60s, 70s, right?
Wow.
Like an older lady, white hair.
Early 60s. But yeah, and then the second one, I was actually home for it. I heard the knock. It was like dun 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 dun. Like he did a little beat with it. And I was like, oh, maybe Crazy needs me to let him in. Here, I'll check the cameras first. Nope, some guy in a vest. I'm like, nope, I'm good. He knocks 3 times, rings the doorbell, and is still waiting out there. I'm like, bro, just go away.
Dude, that's weird. Yeah, no, don't open that door.
It was Spectrum. Like, I don't want your services. All right, leave me alone, Spectrum.
Get out of here. You don't even have gigabit.
Right?
Okay, so I have an update on Elon's car, his Roadster. It didn't go to Mars. It's actually in orbit around the sun. And there is plans for a follow-up mission to take photos of it and bring it back to Earth, maybe, to study solar erosion.
Yeah.
So that's actually not a terrible launch. It's not like, oh, I'm
Kinda
shooting my
burn
car up
car?
there to use over there. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're building, just like the James Webb, they've been building a telescope to actually watch the sun. So they've been studying it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating to see the pictures of the sun, like when they are able to like zoom in and see all the gases. It's badass. It's really cool.
Awesome,
It's
yeah.
like it's like forbidden like fruit roll up, right? Like you can never
Forbidden for roll up.
I just want to taste it, but you'll vaporize. It's all right. Just let me taste it.
I want to touch the wildfires of the sun.
But like how hot
Vaporization's
is
okay.
it?
So one time in 8th grade, I took a picture of the sun with my digital camera and I printed it out, and the sun was black.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
My astronomy teacher was like, why? But this is really cool.
It's a picture of the sun.
It was too bright. It burned your image.
Damn.
Pretty much.
Just a black dot.
So space, yeah.
Yeah, space.
I say, you know what also is burning images?
Florida's
Ooh.
Parental Rights and Education Bill, signed into law, faces controversy.
Yeah, I mean, so I still don't get the controversy, but I did find out where what they're saying about the gay people or gay rights being infringed on
Mm-hmm.
was that one of the writers of the bill, it came from a situation where the student was transgender and at home they did not affirm it, and so the school behind the parents' back was affirming and counseling and talking to the child without the parents' knowledge, and that's
Oh.
some of the stuff that started the bill.
I know that.
Hmm.
So that's where it all comes from about the don't say gay stuff. But the bill itself is 4 pages, very easy to read, very straightforward, very open ended actually. As to break it down in the straightest terms possible, teacher cannot a kindergarten through third grade teacher cannot have a private conversation with a student about sexuality or gender identity. That's it, without the parents' knowledge. So on its face, that's not a terrible thing, right?
Wait, does it say
Like,
private conversation or does it say they cannot
yes,
receive classroom
no, that's
instruction?
no, that is the whole thing about the bill. It actually okays classroom instruction because it doesn't stop like sex education. It just prohibits a teacher having a secret or private conversation
Hmm.
with kinder through third graders.
Tough,
But it also
because working with kids on the day-to-day basis, and you become someone that they trust and they want to have this conversation with you, and you have to say, I'm sorry, I cannot. So I understand. I think that's fair, not having private conversations, because you don't know what's going on at home. You don't know what, the child has been led to believe. So I can understand having like a monitored conversation, or one with the parents present, and not just with the child themselves.
yeah, that I mean that's pretty much what is it saying, is that you just need parents' permission to have those conversations.
That's fair.
The way I understood the bill was basically saying, like, it was vague to me in saying there should be no classroom instruction regarding gender identity or sexual orientation. And then there was an addendum to that saying, or otherwise deemed inappropriate for the classroom. And I think that part is also vague. So what I've heard is like some people oppose this law because they kind of feel like it's government censorship. Like, what happens when you're in kindergarten grade drawing a family picture and you have two dads and it's not going to go on the wall? Like, I think that's kind of like what people are thinking, and I'm not sure if that's true or not.
Well, that's that the bill has nothing to do with anything like that, because the bill restricts heterosexual conversations just as much as it does gay conversations, like in that aspect, right?
Okay.
So, like, yeah, you can't go tell a kid you're a sinner, you're going to hell, because the kid has traits that you would deem, heterosexual, or So it's really weird, the opposition to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the bill's kind of very vague in a lot of areas and leaves a lot of interpretation to school boards to actually make decisions.
Is it also true that this bill allows parents to sue the school districts if something like this were to happen?
I don't know about that per se, but that would make sense to me, right? Like,
yeah, but that also opens up the school to like frivolous lawsuits.
Yeah.
Well, but again, to get a legal definition on a few things, you got to go through the court system, and that's a couple of lawsuits of judges making rulings, disagreeing with others, and like working out a direction to go. So, I mean, that's part of the system, is working it through the courts. Now, the big thing is that the federal government getting involved in the situation and threatening DOJ.
Well, the Department of Education, I know, is investigating to see if any civil rights are being violated by this law, which, how it's written, I don't believe so. Like, I know that most schools don't even have sexual, like, education until, like, 5th grade anyway. So I think, like, a private conversation is different than, like, the media interpretation of you just can't say these things. Like, and that was my, like, that's how I interpreted it. Like, the backlash is that there's like, well, no, like, then, this person, we can't say that this person has 2 dads or 2 moms. Like, we can't talk about it. But a private conversation is different, especially wanting to know what's going on with your kid.
Yeah, and that was the example that they gave of why the bill was written. I can understand how that's interpreted, because it was a transgender child at the time. The parents weren't affirming it. You know, they had different beliefs. They were, you know, hey, this is a phase and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And so the school doing more or less parenting the child behind the parents' back upset the parents, thus started this snowball.
I would really love to see the psychology behind kids who come out a lot sooner in life versus like kids who come out a whole lot later in life as either part of the LGBTQ community and like what the I guess like their happiness or suicide rates, like I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where it really comes into the whole conversation about it, right? Like, I guess we need more definitions or more answers that people really can't give.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, I've never thought from reading this bill that it's going to block like a gay teacher talking about their life in the class, right?
Right.
Like if a gay teacher is like, you know, my husband, I don't see how that's going to prevent it. But now
Yeah.
that teacher sitting down with a student after hours without parents' permission. Now, if that child had some questions about being gay, right? Like, hey, I think this, that, that's where this bill comes into effect. That teacher should call those parents and say, hey, your student came to me with this, you know, how do we progress forward?
Or like what's like
Yeah,
a
I think that's
defined
fair.
sense of like student confidentiality? Like is that something where you say, nope, you got to talk to the school counselor and like point them in that direction to handle that conversation? Or
I mean, honestly, Alan, you could. I would refer to him on this because you know I'm not a dad, right? I understand how I would feel, but in that situation, what do you think is the proper course of action, right? Do you want them to call you and discuss the matter, or do you want them to sit down with your child and discuss the matter without you knowing?
I think I would want them to call me and discuss it.
but here's the other piece of it. Like
Mhm.
you are you, right?
Yeah.
Where you've told our kiddo, hey, I will you tell me anything, there would be no judgment,
Mhm.
right? Whereas a parent who maybe they can't have that conversation with them, like shouldn't they also have a safe haven to talk about that or find information out if they're not like
Yeah.
you're a school librarian, you know, to see like what are my options. Like maybe she can't directly talk to the kid and be like, okay, well, here's the whole rundown of what it is to be part of this community, but rather here are some resources, you check it out.
Yes.
And walk
So,
away.
and we've actually talked about this in my library classes before, you know, teens or minors coming in and having questions about LGBTQ. And it's, you know, if a child went to a teacher asking those questions, I would think the teacher would either need to go to the parent, be like, hey, your child's asking these questions, or tell the child, unfortunately, I can't have this conversation with you, but here are some age appropriate resource materials to where you can find more information for yourself. Um, because if you're working in a public library and you have a minor come in with their parent and the minor's like, ooh, I want this information, and the parent says, no, you can't have that, then you know there's nothing we can do about it. We can point them in the right direction, but ultimately it's always up to the parent. And that's what can be frustrating sometimes.
And that's the next question in it, because I think that comes back to where the federal government stepping in and talking about violating people's rights. When does a child's rights actually come into full fledged, right? Like a parent is still responsible for that child up until a certain age.
Mhm.
So can you say that the parental rights supersede the child's rights in those situations?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if
Yeah.
you as a parent can get arrested for your kid being truant, like consistently, like yeah, absolutely. If your child, I think the Parkland shooter, weren't the parents of the shooter sued from the other parents of the victims?
yeah, the mother had some very sketchy stuff posted online, if I remember right, on that
Yeah, I remember
situation.
that.
So, like, if you can be liable for that, you should also be liable other ways.
But and then that's also, I mean, in another, I guess, societal question that we have to answer to move forward on a subject like this is, what do we consider gay? Is it a lifestyle? Is it a sexuality? Is it, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because sexual identity, sexual gender, sexual preferences, these are all different categories in themselves. And then
well,
they have their own branches.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and over the last couple of years, they've really tried to separate gender from sexuality, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're dealing with, so it gets into too many gray areas and too many what ifs, what that. So the simplest solution to me is call the child's parents. Like, get the child's parents involved, and I think that's what this bill does.
Honestly, if our kiddo's teacher calls me and says, "Hey, your kiddo's having these questions. Is it okay if I talk to him about it, or would you like to be here when I talk to him?" I'd be okay with that. Like if
Yeah.
like obviously in elementary school I would want to be there, but if it were middle school or high school, I would be willing if he didn't feel comfortable talking with me, talking about it around me, or wanting to hear about it around me, then he should absolutely have a safe place to do that.
Yeah.
I think
But
that
of
always
course,
comes
like
back to
you
with
do
your
have
permission.
to, yeah, with my permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the hard thing, especially like here in the deep South Texas.
Mhm.
You know, you have very conservative parents who have very conservative values
Mhm.
and they don't want to acknowledge it. You know, we're still fighting to have books in the library where a kid just talks about, oh, yeah, my uncle's gay. And they're like, hey, that needs to be taken off the shelf.
Yeah, I think that's fucking
So,
bullshit.
yeah, you know,
Well, I mean, yes, our beliefs aside in the situation, the only thing I can say is we're not allowed to have certain things on one end, right? Like you're not gonna be a. Do you find the Bible in y'all's library, like religious texts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
the Bible
it talks
everywhere.
about different ones. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like Christian like literature and like all this other stuff.
So I mean, right there, then you should allow those. You should allow the opposite, right? The other side. So you
Mhm.
should allow my uncle's gay book.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I don't know how else to put it. As you know.
Wait.
Wait,
And
yeah,
that's-
I see it.
Sorry.
I see. Yeah, I see that. I just, I feel like it's this extreme censorship, right? Like
Mhm.
gay people are real people, right? Like
Mhm.
these are relationships that exist, right? There's a dynamic where somebody has two dads or two moms or has a transgender dad or has family. Like I have family that's transgender. I have family that's gay. These are real relationships for me. So like to me, like acknowledging these people is representation, right? Because they should be represented. It's a part of life now. But it's a whole
Absolutely.
other thing to have like a conversation of your own personal beliefs about the subject with my child. Like
Yes, and that right there. The I guess the way I put it the other day is that this bill prevents teachers from being activists in younger ages, right? Like whatever you're being an activist for, you can't. All you can do is teach.
Yeah. Because, like, we wouldn't let a teacher have a private conversation with the child about being a Nazi or part of the KKK.
Yeah, no.
And I know that's extreme.
Well, I wouldn't go at those examples, but we're not gonna. Teachers aren't supposed to be telling, "Hey, you need to go to church," right? Like,
Yeah.
they can't say that. What's the issue right here?
I remember my 6th grade teacher, her name was Miss McDaniels, and she was talking about the science, our science program, and she made a comment. She's just like, yeah, but evolution didn't exist. It's all from our divine creator. And like, I just like started nervous sweating like in my secular household. Like, this is public school.
Son of a bitch.
But I mean that would be the point that I keep asking is, what are we gonna call, like, is gay a sexuality or is it this? Because if we're gonna say this is our sexual preferences, I don't think we need to talk about that with young children. That's more of a high school, maybe late middle school thing. But then again, the conversation has been to separate gender and sexuality. So if you're just talking about, hey, I don't feel like I'm in the right body, then that's a different conversation altogether.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think them calling it the Don't Say Gay bill is really bad taste, really misrepresents what the bill is,
Yeah,
and should be offensive to gay people, not.
Yeah, it's like they're pandering to the religious vote on this or something. Like I don't fucking get it.
Well, and you know, a lot of people argue that wokeism is a new form of religion, right? Like it took that place, right? You have your tenets instead of the 10 commandments. You have, you know, the list on Black Lives Matter's website, the tenets of what they call, and I mean it with human history, it does track. You know, we like religion, right? So we tend to change it rapidly, as we've seen through history. So
Just kind of just like we've changed Batman's over the past 40, 50 years. And we've only had
over
Batman...
the last 10 years.
Oh, you're right. Over the last 10 years. And Batman's been around for 75
Adam
plus
West
years
was
already.
Batman for what, 50 years?
Yeah, pretty much.
40 years.
Until Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yeah. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Yeah. I liked the new Batman for what it was. Robert Pattinson's portrayal to me just felt like an older Edward.
Yeah.
Like that's
Bruce Wayne did.
That's the best way I can explain it.
It's recluse Bruce Wayne, okay? You only see him in the earliest versions of whatever universe he's in. Then after that, he kicks in the Playboy philanthropist thing. Anyway,
Okay.
So-
That makes sense, and that makes sense for how the movie ended.
The
What
one
you
thing
said,
I
Cousin?
heard, or the one comment that a lot of people said that I heard, was that the movie really did focus on Batman. Like, he was the center of attention in almost every scene.
Yeah.
Like, even the Riddler, he was queuing towards Batman.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it too. So Alan made me watch the Michael Keaton Batmans, and we watched The Dark Knight Rises. I really enjoyed all of them. And I especially love Christian Bale's portrayal of Bruce Wayne because he has that playboy, billionaire, like American Psycho type of vibe
Yeah,
to him because he
exactly.
actually played American Psycho.
Like, knows how to throw his money around, yeah.
Yeah. But based on the history that Alan has told me about Batman specifically, it really sounds like he kind of goes through it, right? So right now we're seeing the downslips of Bruce Wayne, like the Edward, and I think there was a lot of story building, and then we're gonna see the next phase of Bruce Wayne.
They really sell. That's the one thing I liked about the movie, is it felt like they built a good foundation for a Batman moving forward.
It wasn't a whole retelling. It was
so much better than Ben Affleck's.
Yeah.
I forgot Ben
better.
Affleck was.
He was supposed to be this. This was supposed to be Ben Affleck's Batman movie.
Oh.
Honestly, I'm happy that it's not his, because we would have definitely had a different kind of movie.
Yeah.
I like it because it speaks more to the older fans that have been reading the comics. It's not just the same queue of villains so far.
Ben Affleck is kind of getting older. It was like a Robert Pattinson age role.
Yeah.
I still think he would have been a way better Terry McGinnis than he was Bruce Wayne, but I'll take what I got.
He would have been a really good Terry McGinnis. That was
Is that
fucking
Riddler?
awesome.
You
No.
no, that's Batman's clone son.
Batman Beyond
Ah.
with the black and red suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you think about emo, like Edward Batman, that's Terry McGinnis. He's a Yangtze teen.
When the interaction with the Riddler kind of reminded me of the animated shows that I've seen of like Batman, where it feels like a little comical but also serious at the same time. So like when they chased the Penguin, flipped his car, and then had him handcuffed and just left his ass there. Like that made me think of the animated series.
That
It
absolutely
was the little
was.
moments for sure. Dude, I think one of my biggest pet peeves with this movie was I like Catwoman and I liked her character. I think her story played out really well. My biggest confusion was she was calling the Russian girl baby at the beginning and then kissing Batman 15 minutes later. Like, I'm confused.
It's fluid.
I was trying to figure that out too because
Yeah.
she threw out Baby and Hun to like 2 or 3 people. So I
My
think that
friend-
was just
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's just the way she talked to people. I don't think it was like you could tell there was a thing between her and Batman. There wasn't really a thing between she was upset and she wanted to find her friend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know because it kind of was like that's my woman, give her back.
Yeah.
It was really hard to tell where that story was going.
Yeah.
And I think it could have either been a lover protectiveness or a friendship protectiveness.
Mhm.
So, I don't know. And I didn't really feel too much chemistry between her and Batman.
Mm-mm.
I felt it was really forced.
a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah, I could see that. But I'll tell you one thing. I really like this version of Selena Kyle. Like
Yeah.
switching
Really
back
good.
and forth with the wig. It's perfect. I enjoyed it. It's not my
That's what
number.
I was saying. They really.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying they kind of like merged her and the Huntress, and it worked really well.
Mm-hmm. It really did. She's not my number one Selena Kyle, not Batwoman. Oh my god,
Anne
Catwoman.
Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. Mm-hmm. Number one. Then it's
I
damn
agree
it.
with that.
You what?
But I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think Anne Hathaway. It was just the little glasses, right? Like they flipped her glasses flipped down, and when they flipped out, they were her cat ears.
Yeah. I forgot this actress's name.
Michelle
For-
Pfeiffer.
No, not Michelle Pfeiffer.
There's been Michelle Pfeiffer, Halle Berry, Anne Hathaway,
Zoe
and now
Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
There you go. Yeah.
Kravitz. She is a Kravitz. Yeah.
Mhm.
I know my Catwoman's guy. Come on.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And you, Michelle Pfeiffer was one. Okay, I really enjoyed this new version of James Gordon.
Hmm.
Bernard?
Bernard.
I don't know. Yeah, he was Bernard.
Hunger Games?
He'll never. No, from Westworld.
Westworld.
I haven't
Oh.
seen Westworld.
So he's a robot, Bernard. But
Ah,
it's been out for like 10 years. Okay,
that's fair.
I've
Yeah.
never seen this world.
Did you guys like
he'll always
Andy
be
Serkis?
Bernard.
Did you guys like Alfred? Andy Serkis?
No, I didn't like. I
I
didn't.
laughed.
He did a good job in the role.
Mhm.
I just don't like the role that they wrote for him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so, do you really think he was a circus actor? Or was that just his code name for when he was MI6?
That's definitely his code name for when he was MI6. Like, absolutely. He wasn't a circus actor. Come on. Circus actors is the whole reference to being a spy.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But then
I love-
again, Puzzled called
I love-
it. You know what?
What?
Oh, and when the little like Batman at the ending pulls the little kid out, and she's like, "There's his Robin."
Oh no.
I actually thought the same thing too. So. Whoops.
Because it's been a while since we've had Robin in a Batman movie. Like,
Yeah.
bring it. Let's go. Let's
Did
get
he-
some Robin origin stories.
Right? Didn't Christian Bale like refuse to work with Robin?
Yeah. He said
Hmm.
he would not do it if there was a Robin written in.
Why?
I don't know. He just
I'm
So
the star of the
defiant.
show.
he wanted the spotlight for
See-
himself. That's all I know.
Well, so the story that they were using for Christian Bale's would have only worked with one Robin, and that Robin would have had to have come in a lot later. So it's Ray or what's his Damian Wayne, who is
yeah.
Tala and Bruce's son.
Mhm.
So the chick he hooks up with in the third movie, they have a son who's trained by the League of Assassins and becomes Robin as with him.
Yeah, Talia sends Damien.
Talia al
to-
Ghul.
Yeah, Talia al
Yeah.
Ghul sends Rob. Damn it, she sends Damien over to Bruce because she sees that he doesn't have what he needs to be the best version of himself, and she knows that Bruce will teach it to him. She has a lot of trust in
Great job.
Bruce. Yeah.
Do you guys think that we'll see this Batman with the Justice League?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think this Batman would follow the Justice League anime storyline more or less, where Batman is around but he's not part of the League.
Mhm.
Mm.
He funds it. He does everything. But
He's an honorary
not
member?
A member.
Yeah.
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 Even in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, he's still referred to as a founding member, but he's a founding honorary member.
Yeah, he refuses to be part of it
Mm-hmm.
because anarchy, government's corrupt.
I don't have special powers. I'm just a man.
I'm
With
a man.
money.
Yeah.
Peasants.
See, he has a backup
Vengeance.
plan to take everybody out, and he founded the Justice League as a backup plan to take him out. That's what they
Like-
need.
That's exactly.
Like Tony Stark did with the Avengers.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It was good. I'm glad that we went to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to see more of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Have you guys
I'd be
watched
on
any of the
board.
previews for Morbius yet?
No, not yet. I mean, I've watched the first trailer when it first came out, but I haven't watched anything since.
It's like vampires, right? I don't know what it's about.
Yeah, he's a vampire essence in the. You can call him that.
Oh, Oh, yeah, Jared Leto's in it.
Yeah, he is Morbius. Yeah.
So wait, with the introduction of Morbius, are we gonna see a reintroduction of Blade?
They've been talking
Possibly.
about it.
Yeah, they're gonna go into the Secret Wars
Mhm.
storyline. So
Yeah. I
pretty
see-
much
I see it
everyone's on the
happening.
table. Because they're during the preview of Batman, they finally gave the name for the new Captain America, more or less, and the upcoming Doctor Strange movie. I forget, but
Captain
it was
Falcon or whatever it is.
no. It was the young girl.
Oh yeah.
Her name sounded super close to Amara Ferreira.
America
But-
for
Yeah.
We're gonna Google this.
Yeah, because I don't know what to Google.
Hey, look, it's Sylvie. Because he walks all over you.
That's not my name.
So while you guys are Googling that, as a longtime Batman fan, I was really happy with this movie. Like, it hit off every box that I would want. It was-
So, do you think the Riddler met the Joker or Two-Face?
Definitely the Joker. I did
That's what I thought.
I did think it was Two-Face, but Two-Face doesn't laugh like that. He's more gangster.
Well, yeah, but then they could be mixing some characters, and we only saw like a burnt side of a face, so
Well, technically,
the
we only
laugh
saw
might be
Cheek.
throwing us off.
Yeah. I mean, I only saw
And it-
Cheek right here, and I thought, oh, maybe.
And if you go back to, the last Two-Face we saw on the screen, well, not the last, but I guess The Christian Bale one was the last one, but before that, when we saw,
Fuck yeah, too sure. Thank you for looking.
was
that
it
up.
George Clooney's?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was George Clooney's Batman. Yeah,
It was George Clooney.
like Tommy Lee Jones when he played Two-Face, he was a very laughy, jokester Two-Face. So
And see, that's the only version of Two-Face that I really believed, but I did like I did also really believe what's his face in oh my god. Dark Knight, the Dark Knight trilogy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah, there we go. Harvey Dent.
So, who do y'all think was with Riddler at the end? Was it
That's what
Joker
we're talking about right
or
now. Yeah.
Oh,
It's definitely Joker. Lance's Joker.
I think it's Two-Face.
That's what I could see the argument for both. The laugh leads me to the Joker, but that still wasn't what you would expect for a Joker laugh, right?
Mm.
And that's what I'm saying. Two-Face, his burn side of him can get very jokestery, and his non-burned is super serious, right? Like he's multi-personality, reversed everything. So
Mhm.
you could have
listening
taken that
to-
as he was making a joke. and
Yeah,
laughing
listening
at
to his
his own joke.
verbiage, it was definitely okay. This is gonna be Joker, but then like when you saw him through the grates, it was like, nah, it's Two-Face.
Because also Joker doesn't have friends.
Yeah.
Joker has
That's
no
true.
friends.
Yeah.
He has minions, but no friends.
Well, he considers
Uh,
Batman a friend.
So the
Well,
director,
yeah, Batman's his best friend.
the director of the Batman, actually confirmed that it is the Joker.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. But also spoilers. Just kidding.
The movie's been out 2 weeks, okay? You had enough time.
The thing about the movie isn't a Batman origin story, but it is an origin story for every Rogues Gallery character you can come across. Selena Kyle is not yet Catwoman, and the Penguin is not yet the Kingpin. And the character you're referring to is not yet the character you're referring to, but it is in fact him. So this is the very start of the Joker. So we'll see maybe a new Harley.
I
Oh,
really
he's
That'd be
he's
cool.
the Jack
That'd be
character
badass.
right now. So before he falls in the tub of acid and becomes the Joker, he's Jack something about it. I forgot his name.
Jack Dorsey? No, wait, no, that's a real
Yeah.
life person.
That's the real life Joker. That's the founder of Twitter.
Yeah. That's the first name that came to mind.
Which file today, Elon Musk owns 10% of Twitter now.
Yeah, I heard he
saw
earns more
that.
than Jack Dorsey.
Yeah. He is the largest owner.
I wonder if this iteration of Joker's laugh is going to evolve after he falls into the vat. If that is who we
Yeah,
think
he
it is. If
has
it's
to.
Jack. Yeah, no. Like, I really wanted to get Mark Hamill-y, but more like, you know, whatever version he can come up with. Because Mark Hamill's the perfect Joker.
Yeah, that laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the perfect Joker laugh.
Yeah.
Just dub his Joker laugh in and we're good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
You need that on your soundboard, Alan. Joker laugh.
All right, hold on. Joker laugh. I'm gonna have
Just
it.
kidding. No, just kidding. Don't do it.
Nah, it's gonna happen now.
All right. So,
What do
do
y'all
we
got
got?
going on this week?
Oh.
I asked first.
Oh no! Damn it.
Tomorrow's D&D, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. View it in our Discord. Just come in, mute yourself, and somebody will screen share with you.
So do you think somebody's gonna die tomorrow?
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
me.
I survived a gelatinous cube though, so maybe not. I thought I was really gonna die.
Me and Alexi are in the middle of fighting a werewolf right now. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die
I got
again.
I got you, Alexi. I got you, Boo Boo.
And then
For now.
and then Sugar Tits Buffalo is gonna take my crystal. It's my crystal. And then he's gonna run off with it.
I'm telling you, Cody's the one you need to watch. Okay.
You can come judge it yourself, chat and YouTube.
Okay.
Who is the rightful owner in this situation? Tomorrow.
Just saying, I can make the argument that Twyla is under mind control from Sal because he's used it on me before.
Sounds like a conspiracy theory. Where's my tinfoil hat?
Oh, it was
Um,
it was on Teddy earlier. Sorry.
Patty, yeah.
Patty, yeah.
Wednesday we'll be gaming.
Yeah. What are you guys gonna play?
Halo. Just kidding. I don't know.
Well, we're playing Arceus at the moment, and we're getting very close.
Yeah.
So I just got my 5th star, and I'm working my way. I'm not too far out.
Nice. This time I'm actually gonna do the storyline instead of just going around catching Pokemon, guys. I know I've just been fucking around catching Pokemon because I already got 8 stars, but I'll continue the storyline now. My bad.
The
I
story
guess.
line?
And then what you got going on Thursday, Peach?
Oh well, we got a podcast.
Ooh.
We will be on Nate Hawk 1989 podcast. I'm super excited for it. Crazy's gonna be there too.
Yeah, it's gonna be movies, TV adaptations of video games, and a nice round table with 3 or 4 of us. So it should be pretty fun.
Yeah,
That's exciting. I can't wait to watch.
I can tell you.
Yeah.
We got a Big Ape 93, a Battle Wolf 527, Nate Hawk, and then us 2. It's gonna be awesome.
That's awesome.
So hopefully we don't insult anybody, but definitely probably will.
I mean,
Can't take y'all nowhere.
Pretty much.
And then I don't think we have anything after that. And then Sunday,
ooh.
Puzzle, what are you playing?
We
I
won't be
think I
here.
meant to take that off.
Oh, okay. Puzzle will not be playing not a damn thing
But
on
please-
Sunday.
Please disregard the Sunday 10th April input in the calendar.
She's gonna be recovering from her archery shoot hangover.
Nice.
I'm
Her and my
concerned
mom
that
are
you're
gonna
going to go get loaded at an archery shoot. Like, very
Right.
concerned.
Her,
Rule
her
number
and my
1.
mom will be drinking wine, eating CBD gummies.
Rule number 1. Don't walk in front of the person with the bow. That's it. That's all you gotta follow.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and then don't take your bow and point it upwards to play that game. That's also a bad game. What's that game from? Grown
Last
Ups.
one standing?
Yeah, Last One Standing.
Yeah, no. Be a man. Stay in the circle.
No, I don't want an arrow through the foot.
One time, when Crazy was a young lad, he shot a friend. They had a Roman candle fight. So just think about that next time he tells you to shoot a bow and arrow at the ceiling.
You set one person on fire. And oh my god.
One person's too many, Crazy.
The hospital took care of him, okay?
You know what they took care of?
What?
These nuts. Got him!
All right, on that note, let's wrap this shit up.
All right, wrapping it up.
I'm kind of sad you have to go to the hospital to get that taken care of, Peach.
Oh.
Oh.
God damn it. I set myself up for that. You know, that's fair. That's fair.
Got him.
Our producer, per usual, our producer of the week is Narma.
Peach.
No. And our executive producer is Keelan. Thank you, Keelan, for being our executive producer.
All week.
Well, that wraps up another great episode. And don't forget to join our amazing and supportive community on Discord.
In our Discord, you can find game nights, watch parties, food pics, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. What's not to love about that? We have a little something for everyone. Head over to our website, officialmillennials.com, and you'll find more info, especially our featured gamer of the week.
Speaking of something for everyone, we have a book club. We read a book almost every month and talk through it together. We also have a special perk for our subs to discuss other books in a series called Chapter 2.
Don't forget to swing by YouTube and drop us a follow at Official Millennials. You can also find us on Twitter at MillsOfficial. We appreciate all the support, and y'all have a good one.
Hi, Kiwi Head.
Hey, Kiwi Head.
Hey, Kiwi Head.
This is an official Millennials production.
I forgot to ask who we were gonna raid.
You can pick someone.
Okay, Geek Gaming.
You had some We Love Marbles. Hey, We Love Marbles.
Yeah.